Live for 10 seconds. Okay. Yeah. Ah ha ha. No frames lost. Streaming 60 FPS. Okay. Looks like we're good. Cool beans. Alright. I guess let's just start it then. This game looks so much different. 1080p on the 4K monitor. So let's much better. This is where we want to go, because we want to get rubber later. Okay. What else can we do to marginalize the shogunate? Unfortunately, they support this, but so do I, so... Hmm. Okay, we're almost done with the university. Let's try to speed up just a little bit to the maximum so that we can just skip through some of this early game building a little bit. I mean, I like our odds of getting this. That looks pretty good to me. 2% excess. Yeah, I know you're struggling. I've never played it where these laws are going through so fast. Just haven't had a playthrough. Maybe all I needed to do is lose my job. I kid. I kid. Yay! Professional. Okay, so then here's what we do. We're actually going to go to basically every province, and we're going to knock it down. We're going to knock down barracks to, like, 5. Yeah, Yeah, I don't think so, Samurai. Da, 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 da. 5. 5. 5. Definitely want that at 5. Let's make that one 15. Okay. Now, this is going to weaken our military power a bit, which is fine. See, so the problem is with Japan, you get lots and lots of revolutions. Lots of people who get really uptight and radical about every law reform. So your capital area, whenever there's ever going to be any sort of insurrection or whatever, it's going to happen, at least in my experience, most everywhere on mainland Japan, except for your capital. So right now, my capital is in Kyoto. So I just reduced the military size everywhere else. I'm going to put it up to about, yeah, let's call it 60 in Kyoto. Now, sure, that's going to take up some time in our construction, but I'm just kind of getting the ball rolling a little bit. You know what? Actually, what we'll do, let's just put it up to 40 for now. They get built quick, and we're not passing anything that's radicalizing people right now, so that's okay. We'll just do it that way. And we can't really pass any laws because our government sucks. Can we reform it in any way? Sure, we can add the monks. So that could let us get schooling, at least. Nope, no schools. Okay, so weirdly enough, we don't want to do this, even though it's good, because we have a big bureaucracy problem in Japan. There turns out when 99% of your population are peasants, there's not a whole lot of people who are bureaucrats. Who could have done it? It's done before. So we need to build up our bureaucracy a bit, which means we cannot afford many institutions. And the one that I want to really rip on the most is I want to get to level 3 colonial affairs, because I need to... Later in the game, there's going to be stuff like rubber and oil, which will be in Papua New Guinea. So we want that. We want that very badly. And then also for the hegemony, we need African colonies. So we need to get New Guinea first. When that's completed, we can set South Africa as an interest, and ideally go for one of these two here. It is technically the closest. Failing that, we can always declare war on, like Oman, if we declare this interest over here, provided that they're not like a puppet. If we have a good enough navy at that point, we can land, and then, boom, there is the old Michael Jackson over here that we can take. The thing with this African colony thing is we need to have the entire state region, all of it. So, really hard to do over here, because so many European powers are going to be settling over here. But if we can conquer a power around here, a smaller country in Africa around here that's not connected to anybody important, then we can start colonizing right next to it. And that will be ideally the game that we play. Okay. We have a queue of 27 in our building. That's, you know, that's something. Where are my display settings at? It is full screen. I don't know why. Okay. It's fine. Ah, yes. Wood and fabric. We knew that would happen. We knew that there would be a tool shortage. Once we have iron going a little bit, then we will switch... Where do we put our tools? Over here. Yes. Tooling workshops. And tooling workshops. Okay. Right. Do we need tools in order to... Yeah, we need tools in order to get iron, which is, you know, fine. So we'll build that first. And then we're going to immediately switch to iron tools in this one, since we already have an iron mine. That should kind of even things out a little bit production-wise, and start getting some more employment going. We'll get some paper, and we'll build a couple more government administration buildings around here after we get some more. Everywhere else is so weak. I'm actually going to dump this down to 30 to start, just so we can save a little time. Yeah, I know. Shortage of tools. It happens. Stockpiling gold. We don't like that. We don't want to be stockpiling, because that means it's not going into the economy, which we will progressively get worse. I know it says we're number 9 right now. That's not going to last. It never does. At least for me, it doesn't. Maybe I'm not good enough. Well, hello everyone. So I lost me job, which is okay, because, something else will come along. I was doing social work, not that great pay anyway. I figure it's not like I'm going to be taking a big pay dip or lifestyle change regardless, so it'll be okay. So figured as long as applying to jobs like 4 hours a day, I can also have some time now where I can just hang out and play some games. So as you can see, we've already started, but we're playing as Japan in Victoria 3, because I have time to do this now. I have tried many times before with Japan, and I always find it to be an exciting challenge. So kind of what we're doing right here is you'll see that I have a lot of barracks being set up to be built so I can get to 30. So what I'm doing is I have reduced the barrack size in every other province except for the capital. Because if any of you have played Vicky 3 and have played Japan, you know that you get a lot of revolts, revolutions, radicals who don't like you changing the law to make your economy better. And that typically takes place basically everywhere that isn't your capital. So to kind of counteract that, I'm just having most of my army in my capital. I don't really anticipate having to fight foreign powers for probably the next 25 years in-game. So that means that I can use this time as fast as possible to build up a little army here and then pass as many laws as I can. I want to marginalize the shogunate as fast as possible, which is really difficult to do because they're very good at the beginning. If I take them out of the government at all, there's no chance of any sort of legitimacy right now without them. So I have to keep them. I do have the Buddhist monks and samurai in here, so that gives me a little bit more options to work with. Normally, the Buddhist monks would want to go for religious schools, but for some reason I can't do that. Not part of our laws. Why is it not part of our laws? I find that very interesting. If I take the samurai out, will that work? Can we? Government. Yeah, it's about the same. Okay. Laws. Still no. Weird. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay not having the samurai in, honestly, because eventually I'm going to want to marginalize and get rid of them as well so that they can just be replaced with quote-unquote armed forces. That'll be way later on. Okay. So we now have tooling in here or here. I thought we had a tooling workshop built already. Okay, so tools here in 2 weeks. Almost 1 week. So we're going to build this tool shop and then immediately switch it to iron because I already have an iron mine built somewhere. Over here? A coal mine, which needs tools. Funny. And an iron mine here, which also needs tools. So I'm going to switch to iron tools right away so we get some more tools, more bang for our buck on that. And then we'll start getting the ball rolling. We want to get as much money into people's pockets as possible. And the way that we are going to do that is we have an immense amount of poor people. So this would be, clerks, farmers, laborers, machinists, peasants, slaves, and servicemen. We don't have slaves, but we do have an awful lot of peasants. And they are currently living on a very, very small 0.7% excess budget. Oh, God. We want that to stay positive, because otherwise they're going to be very upset. So what we need to do, first, we need to get wood and grain as cheap as possible. I have consumption taxes on porcelain and luxury clothes, so that hopefully we can keep our rich people in check. I'm actually going to put one on luxury furniture also. It's not a lot of money right now, but it'll add up later. So what that is ideally going to do is it's going to decrease the percent excess that they have, which keeps them from growing too rampantly above the, the poor. So that'll help us out. They're spending over 91% of their income on their needs, which is good. We want to try and reduce that for the poor, but keep it relatively the same for the middle and upper class, just until we can get like more people from the lower class into the middle class. The bigger we get this, the better we're going to be. Which means also that I want to stop stockpiling, which means I need to start spending on stuff. The problem is I cannot subsidize anything until we get to trains. That's with the rules that we have, the laws in place to begin with the shogunate. There are no subsidies that I can do at this time. I can go for a point of bureaucrats right now. What would this do? Shogunate obviously opposes it. We can't really do anything right now. I don't want internal security or health system because we just can't afford the bureaucracy. But appointed bureaucrats don't really matter with that as much. So let's actually try it, even if it's going to fail. The point here is that we want to upset the shogun and decrease their power. It's only, well, it's an 8% chance, so 14 is actually pretty good to start with. So I don't really care if this passes or doesn't pass. I care about a lot of the events that are going to show up as part of this, which might let me increase the popularity of certain helpful, oh, that's what I forgot to do, certain helpful groups. We want the industrialists. That's who we want to have in charge later in the game. Intelligentsia is also good. We want them to have a little clout, but we don't really want them to be in the government per se. Ideally, when we get to late game, air quotes, we want the industrialists and the armed forces. Not samurai, we want the armed forces. So the armed forces is what happens after you transition into the empire. You start getting events where you can remove like the samurai culture, and they lose this trait right here, Bakufu, which is obviously very backwards, not good for the country at all. They want serfs, which is basically just slavery. They want a monarchy, they want autocracy, they want landed voting and oligarchy, which is okay. We either want to keep autocracy or go to oligarchy just for the sake of like how easy it is to manipulate and work things out as Japan. From like a historical perspective, that's what we want to try to go for in this game mode, is we want to get the Japanese Empire. So that's what we want to go towards. And they'll get rid of this, which means is they'll stop opposing certain things that aren't good. I think they also lose a lot of traditionalists when they become armed forces as well. I think that kind of goes away. Ah, yes, gold. A lot of they failed. I don't like when it just doesn't go. Okay. Yes, trade unions get a... yeah, let's do the throughput, I think, actually. Let's turn the volume down just a tad. For me, at least. I don't know how well it's heard for everyone there. But, okay, let's just do that. And... put that at 90. Okay. Yeah, okay, let's do that. Whaling industry completed. Cool. What does that do exactly? But it's shiny. We don't really need oil right now, so we're gonna go with whatever makes things more popular and saves lives, which I would hope is also popular. Okay. Be helpful if I wasn't paused. We still have a lot of money right now, so actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw out another construction center, and let's put that all the way at the top and see how much that sets us back money-wise. I know eventually, pretty soon, we're going to be spending just absolutely, entirely way too much on paper. We already are, relatively to, like, what we have in-game from all of our money. Our entire expenses, like everything that isn't a construction expense, is 29,000. Like, that, a third of our expenses is just paper. That's crazy. Unfortunately, we won't be able to go digital, because this game only goes to, like, 1937. Oh, I lose bureaucracy? Crap. Okay. You know, it's okay. It's fine. It is what it is. Struggle. Yeah, I'll take the time. Keep the bureaucracy. We need that. I like that even in the beginning you get a little private industry that's helping you build stuff, which is good. We really want more rice farms, but we don't really want to be using our early industrial construction power to be building them. But I just get more money here. Is that from the rice, I guess? Honestly, no, don't. Tools. Go to wrought iron. Yay. It's because wood is too expensive. Okay. So let's cancel that. We have 2 of those. Let's build one of these. And then let's get to the wood. Wood, we will make... Let's put you up to 6. What are you doing? Are you doing hardwood? Sawmills. Okay, that's still going to make wood really expensive, even with that. So let's not do that right now. Oh, construction, right. Can we make this an iron frame yet? How much will it... Oh, that's going to hurt if we do that. Yeah, let's not do that yet. Put 2 logging camps there. We have 6 there already. What's the problem with this? Makes wood expensive. Sawmills will make wood still really expensive. We're not... Okay, so we need more tools first, I guess. So let's actually go back and let's build another tooling workshop. Let's just make you... We don't want to do Kensai or Kanto, I don't think. So let's go with... let's go with Kyushu. And we'll put that at the top under paper mills. We build a paper mill, and ideally what will happen is we'll get a little bit more income because the price of paper will be going down. Oh yeah, right. Okay, buildings, urban. We want to take this. We do not want the monks to really be in charge of anything, so we're going to make everything that we can secular. They will still be fully employed rather quickly, but it'll help us passively reduce the power of the monks, which will be filled by a vacuum that we probably don't want it to be filled in right now because, you know, as we saw before, this was at 50%, and now it's almost at 52%, which is okay. It's okay that way. Let's get the samurai in here just so maybe they can soak up a little bit more clout from the shogunate. 34.5% chance for success. Debate, 51% chance to stall. See, that's the thing that I don't like. As long as it doesn't really set us back that much. Stall. Cool. Okay, at least it's not a setback. Although it did lower our success by 15%. Yeah. Alright. Well, you know, that's that. paper. That's almost done. Let's see if we get more money out of that. Okay. What's going to happen next? That one proceeds. Yeah, I don't want to make anybody more radical right now. Unless it's the shogunate. We did gain a itty-bitty little bit amount of money from not having that paper. See? Only 9.4k on paper right now. So, like, what was it? 9.6? Baby steps, right? Baby steps. We already have our interest. Let's see. A port would be nice. Oh, right. That's what we need. Because you have shit market access. So we'll build a port for you there. And you will have bad market access also. We're going to wait. As your market access. You're good. Okay. Cool. Okay, so we might want to go some more livestock ranches sooner or later because we need fabric. We could always wait early game, see what happens, but we can't do that right now. Privately owned. Let's actually do that for the whales. Capitalists are really great for helping us make money. Okay, so we're actually going to get more bureaucracy? No. Okay, I don't know why it said plus 10% bureaucracy when it clearly went down. Okay, that's nice. What are we doing on tech? We're 56. We want to start getting... Alright, we want to start putting up some more universities, I think. Boom, boom, boom. 2 across the board. It uses more paper, but we really actually... Let's get up there real quick. After this tool shop is built, we will do 5 barracks. 1, 2, 3, no, 4, 5 barracks. Okay, yes. Well, actually, let's, like, quote-unquote alternate. That's fine. We didn't really expect that to pass, so that's okay. We'll put the barracks up top. JK. 800. Okay, so if we made just, like, you know what? That's what we really need. We need more construction center stuff, so let's do that because we can afford it right now, so let's do it, and then worst case we can always just scale it back later on. No, wood is expensive, so let's put wood up near the top. near the top, not at the top. I don't really... Can I click and drag this? E. No. Would be nice, but no. Okay, with the construction center made, we're going to be set back on money at all? Also, are we still in the top 10? Hell yeah. We are number 9. We are currently ahead of Prussia. Man, the U.S. gets up there so fast. Are they in a civil war yet? No, not yet. Texas is still around. They get up there and their GDP so quick. Are we in GDP per capita? I know we're bad. Hamburg. Yeah. Okay, see? We lost a lot of money from our construction. But that's okay, because we're still in the positive right now. And I'd like to keep a little bit of a buffer, if possible. See, okay. It kind of alternates a little bit now, so hopefully we can start getting that. Because we want to... You are so behind as Japan with the technology, you get no innovation, none. So we want to make as many universities as we can build economically. Yeah, no. We're gonna, they would not like us. The monks wouldn't like us. No, I'm okay with that. Because, like, one of the best things that we could have, honestly, is if we get the monks to rebel, and then we lose. Because if we lose, we're still Japan, but the shogunate is gone. So if we can get the monks to rebel against us, that would actually work out really, really good. I still don't get, why can't we do no schools? Not part of our laws. Why not? Do we need to get rid of the serfs first? I feel like we do. So how do we get that? Not part of our laws, not part of our laws. Okay, this is going to be important. It's... No. Yeah, that's vastly more important, I think. Now what's our innovation at? 58. Okay, we're getting there. See how fast barracks get built? It's kind of crazy. Let's turn the speed up a little bit so we can get through some stuff right now. Intelligentsia are now influential. That's good. Good for us. They have 5%. Of course, everything gets tanked if you... okay, so that gives us 6. And that gives us 50. Which is just as much as we need in order to keep this thing good. Okay. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Which means now we can do schools. That'll fail. Serfdom. Radicalize the samurai. It'll also probably fail. Okay. What else can we do? See, the only thing I don't like about this is I do want the schools, but we can't afford the bureaucracy cost of it to have this institution. It's just too much. 81% against. No. This one's great. Women in the workplace. Your workforce ratio is really... The birth rate's not super important as Japan. You have a lot of people to start with, so it's pretty okay. Like, you know, we're 6 worldwide in our population, which is, right now, pretty good. Obviously, we are not going to catch up to these guys. Okay. That's fine. It'd be nice if we could get rid of traditionalism or isolationism, or get, you know, border controls. But I suppose, for now... Yes, fabric and wood, I know. They're always expensive, it's always a problem. the standard of living always goes down. You always start fairly decent, and then it just gets lower and lower. There's really just no way that I've found to keep the lower strata relatively okay. I mean, I'm trying as best as I can, and we're up from, 0.6% excess to 2.7, which is something. We need grain and fabric and clothes to be cheap. Wood also, but they don't spend that much of their money. Later on, they're going to be spending a lot on groceries. Once we get a food industry up and running, that's what they're going to be spending a lot of money on, and that's what we're going to need to address. Right now, though, I just want to focus on getting a little bit more military clout in the capital and getting more technology innovation. See, this is already a 20% boost from what we would have been in the beginning of the game without any of this. It also increases our technology spread, so like things get better as our literacy rate goes up. Which is only at 20% right now. Jeez. Alright. Are there any laws that I can do that have any remotely good chance of passing? Okay, that's only going to radicalize the samurai, who only have an 8% clout, so I'm going to try it. 14% is okay, which is 4. From endorsing interest groups in power, so that's, 5%. Can't do anything else. That's, I want to keep them in here as best I can. As long as we don't slide into the illegitimate government, then we can still at least make progress on this, even if it's slow. Already, sometimes you can go for a law, and I've done it before, where there's a lot of opposition and it's got like a 6% chance of success and it ends up working and there are no setbacks at all. And then there's other times like this where it's kind of the same, but you have a decent chunk of support and it just goes nowhere at all right from the beginning. So that's just how it be, I guess. Lost all again. Now we're at 0%.
There's a word.
So somehow it went from 0 to 4. But hey, that's fine. It is what it is. 67. We're hoping that what we can do is basically double. So if we were to look at this in the beginning of the game, it would have taken us like probably 10 years to do, or 7 years to research. 10 years actually. So if we do it now, it's only going to take us like 5, which is still a lot. We don't want to waste that much time on that, but we will if we have to. Per capita taxation, that's the one that we want. Party fragmentation is good. I don't care about it. That's the kind of stuff that I'm okay with, right? So, like, we're trying to pass a law, and instead of it being like it passing, we can get events that will, subvert the shogunate, which is good. That's what we want. So, see, they're down below 50 now, which is great. They lost about 8% from that, which is what we want. And that was like for 5 years too. They have less attractiveness to anywhere else. So, you know, watch me go for private schools, and it actually worked with 6%, 6.9% success chance. Like, how nuts would that be? 21. Jeez. Where am I getting this much money from? Poll taxes, minting, consumption tax, investment pool. Oh, having the capitalists in charge of whaling, that was probably a good move. As long as we have that money, right? This is temporary. Investment pool transfer. I don't know if I want to... Should I risk it? I'm going to risk it. I'm going to try to put a an extra construction center down. 2 of them and see what that does for us. And then turn the speed to 3 so I can figure out what we need to put down next. So wood, I think, is still really popular, but let's just actually go to our logging camps and switch to sawmills. So hopefully, let's do that for all of them. We can work on making the tools less expensive, but right now what we want to do is we want to make sure that wood is cheap. Because the peasants are not buying tools, but they are buying wood. So that makes wood still cheap, or still pretty expensive, but, you know, not as bad as it was. So then what do we need? Tools are expensive. Why? Because wood and iron are both very expensive, and we also just need to upgrade this. Let's upgrade that. Let's upgrade that. And then we will go do 2 more iron mines there, and then see what we get out of it. Okay, see, we lost a lot of, you know, net profit on that, but it's, I think, worth it to be able to more productively construct buildings, because that's really, that's the crux of this game, right, is building things. Compromise, take time to work out. Gains 1 setback. No, definitely don't want to do that one. Yeah, let's just take the extra time. I don't really care how long this takes, really, because we're in the early game. It's going to be hard to pass laws regardless of what they are, so it doesn't matter how long it takes, really. That's a good thing. Put the speed back up, see what happens. 16 weeks. Okay, so this is pretty good. We're roughly at the max amount that we can have constructing. I think in this game, just in general, the most you can actually have is 20 flat. But the most I've ever actually really seen it is like 19 point something. Once we start getting tools produced a lot, we're gonna switch over to what is it? To iron frame buildings. So we would need that would really help us with wood and fabric for the peasants, because peasants don't really buy iron, but we need more iron and more tools in order to do that. So we're gonna wait on that. So, I think that can help us long term. Okay, we're still okay on that. We want more bureaucracy so we can get up our colonial institution a little bit before we actually unlock quinine, which is going pretty fast, actually. You know, I played this game for like the longest time before I really noticed that building universities is useful. So I got all these achievements done. I was playing Japan. I thought I was doing great. You know, I got to the Empire. I did it before 1900. It was like 1896. But I was out there with the worst military equipment possible because it was just bad. I had no technology that was good for the military. Like, I had tried to do everything else, and my research speed never got better. My innovation was always just still 50 because I was an idiot. So I've learned, but it also is a balance because your government administration buildings use paper, and so do the universities, and that ends up being one of your biggest expenses, which is crazy. Actually, let's turn auto expand on just for paper buildings in general. That'll help us out with our money situation, I think. That's fine. We have what, 15%? How's this looking, by the way? Only 24 now. See, that was way higher earlier on. 'Making a little bit more money, getting some government buildings made. That'll help our bureaucracy. We need to get that to, what, 340, so we can move it to Colonial 2. Now, does having excess affect... Oh, it affects state construction. Okay, so we don't even really want to put that up to 2 until we actually get finite. Learn new things every day with this game. 30% success chance now, that's nice. I just totally blanked out and missed that whole event that happened, so oopsie. Yay, stock exchange, which really doesn't matter that much for us. Okay, now we're losing money. Why? Paper expense, I'm betting, because, you know, we just built those, yeah, 14k on paper. So, but that should just go down, hopefully, because we're building, what, 4 more paper mills now that we have that turning on automatically. Let's bail on those 2 right now. Let's get a couple more iron mines going. Let's see. Can't we... Let's avoid Kanto, because that eventually will be our capital at some point. Let's bring both of them up to 3, just for the sake of having things even. And then let's also go with coal. Let's make you up to 5 down there. Get logging camps too. More wood. More wood. Do Tohoku. A couple more in Shikoku. Bring it up to 5. Yeah, that'll be good. That'll hold us pretty steady, I think, right now. And with our excess, so we get a little bit more construction efficiency, which is great. Love to see it. Yay, line infantry. We're not going to change our military quite yet, and if we do, the only place we're going to be changing it is in the capital. Just to give us some protection from, you know, our own people. Right, I should probably be improving relations with Russia. Just so they don't get any funny ideas. Lathe is good for none of the stuff that we have right now. See, we're just getting stuff. That's why we have good spread right now. 131 weeks left to clear everything. So actually, let's just do like maximum like 2 at a time for this stuff. Bang, bang, bang. Okay. Uh-oh, losing loyalists, gaining radicals. That happens. It's okay. Still number 9. Still terrible literacy. I can't remember if this is going up or down. Down. Okay, so we were higher than 8.6 before. That's nice. How's our excess? Deficit. Oh boy. Yeah, God. Alright, so grain. We need to really focus on getting wood and grain cheaper. I guess fruit, too. See, the places that we can build the most are the ones that are going to end up being, like, our biggest powerhouses industrially. And it's just kind of annoying that that's like that. Can I build any up here? How many can I build in Hokkaido? It just doesn't, we just don't have the labor for it. So we only have 31% market access. I thought we were building a port there. Whatever happened to that? Yeah, let's build. Yeah, we're gonna take some of those off, you know. But you know, let's get a couple of those at least, and we'll just make that one just like purely rice. Just hey, okay. So now we want to make Colonial 2, and we want to just immediately we're just gonna do Eastern New Guinea right now because it'll be faster. Got the port there. Bang. Let's go to our buildings. Urban. Sorry, development. Port. We want them all to be cargo ports, which will cost us a little bit of scratch, but it's going to help our infrastructure a lot. We want currency standards so we can get per capita taxation, which is good. Let's see, we have an illegitimate government. That's what we were afraid of. 7, 0, 0, 0. Now, it never hurts to play around. Let's go back to that. See what laws we can try to pass. Some logs and paper going, which should hopefully make wood cheaper. Wood is cheaper. That is great news. Tools are also cheaper. We were going to do something else once tools got cheaper. I forget which. Lathes? No, that wasn't it. That's doable. We can do that. I feel like we were going to do something. We were going to do gas lights? No, coal would be too expensive then. Maybe something for rural we were going to do? Where? I was... Ah, harvesting tools? No, that makes tools way too expensive. Just can't do it. Oh, right, construction sector. We were going to make iron frame buildings, but that would cost us entirely too much money. Just entirely too much. Because that would basically double our productivity, which would be great, but we can't afford it right now. It would make wood a lot cheaper, which could be helpful. We need a lot more iron and a lot more tools in order to make that something we can try to do. We're not going to make wood cheaper by having more shipyards. Or using more wood. I hope you're not at a deficit. You are. Oh, okay. Still just got to focus on the wood and the grain, right? Okay, that was good. That went down a little bit. Why are you buying luxury clothes? You spend 0.3% of your budget on luxury clothes and luxury furniture? 9, 12, 6, and 7.6. Okay. Yeah, let's just focus on the wood for now, I think. Good, and we still have positive bureaucracy, which is nice. See, now it's only got about 125 days left. So that means instead of it taking like 580 days per tick, it's only going to take us like half that. Okay. Okay, so that's going to help us with money a lot. And I think that that might be a good place to end this episode of our little playthrough of Victoria 3 with Japan. And I will see you guys next time I decide to play. For anybody that decided to watch this, thank you. I'm in a little bit of a rough spot right now with losing the job, and I'm just trying to have some fun. So thanks for having fun, too. All right, see you guys next time. And welcome back. This is No Colon, and I am back playing Victoria 3 as Japan. Last we left off, we had just gotten, I believe, what was it? Currency standards, which would let us now try to pass the law of per capita taxation, which probably won't work just because of the government we have right now. I doubt that they'll be, on board with that. And we're also currently trying to pass private schooling, which has just been a grueling process so far. It's been a while. So what we're going to do is we're going to just, plow on and hope that private schools manages to squeak through. That'll increase our literacy, which will increase our technology innovation, which will help us get more stuff, and blah, blah, blah. It all kind of snowballs in this game. So we're going to do banking next, because that'll give us some more minting, and if we end up going in debt at any point, it'll help with our interest rate. So that'll be nice. So we're going to go for that now, which will take us 22 months to do, which is not bad at all. And then I think after that, we really want to start getting into some production stuff. We want to get chemical plants and the Bessemer process for steel, and first we want to do the atmospheric engine. Actually, do we want to do that now? For the mines, that would really help with the coal and iron to help make them. Yeah, let's actually do that now, and let's queue banking for afterwards. Okay, so we've moved into consideration without any setbacks, which is nice. So 45% chance is good. I like that. I like those odds. We're still making money, which means we're stockpiling gold. I wish I had a way that I felt comfortable in spending. I can't subsidize anything right now. Otherwise, that would be how I would do it. We're still number 9 in the world in GDP, which is okay. Obviously, the per capita is going to be terrible for us because we have so many peasants that have no jobs and no life and just live on subsistence rice paddies. Let's get that done. We're going to need some coal and iron mines. I really can't wait for all that, actually. We should probably get our tool workshops a little up front. How much do the tools cost now? They're really cheap. Okay, so we really just need wood to be less expensive. Aha. See, this is why we want to keep it tight, because now we're going to start losing money for some reason, I think. Is it paper? 9.3 on paper. It's actually not that much. It's actually less than it was in the beginning. Oh, we lost a lot of bureaucracy for some reason. What happened? Minority protests. Thanks, minorities. Okay, which means we need some more government admin buildings to help recoup that so we can get back on top. It's a weird balance to strike. Let's cancel a couple of those just so that gets through faster. And let's go with, let's build a couple admin buildings. What's low? You actually have a lot of stuff, and so do you, and so do you. So let's do that. 3, let's put that one at the top. Put that port down there. Let's get a little surplus bureaucracy going so we can get some construction efficiency bonus. And then we'll see how things go, I mean, I think we're making good progress. We actually managed to pass a couple of laws. Private schools is in the adoption phase without any setbacks, which is good. only a 16% chance to stall, which is really, really nice coming up in October here, the end of October. So if we can get that, that's really, really going to help us long term for us to be able to get private schools enacted so early. I want to say historically, the Japanese Civil War happened in like 1878, I think, or in the early 1880s. You know, the whole Last Samurai, if you ever saw that movie with Tom Cruise, and he goes there and he fights with them and he finds them honorable, all that type of stuff. I think that was around when that happened. So I know it was after the American Civil War. So that has to put it in the 1870s somewhere, most likely. So that's what we want eventually is, well, we want the shoguns gone. And the shoguns were gone earlier than this Civil War with the samurai. That was when the empire was around. So that was after the Heiji. Hey, look at that. We got private schools. That's great. So we get, the intelligentsia is going to be more powerful, which means hopefully the shogunate will be less. And we get, you know, greater wealth, education access, which is for us, right? Oh, wait, I forgot that also makes it so we have another institution. Crap. Okay, we can't afford... At least it's intelligentsia that we're doing here. It's not religious schools. So we just really need more bureaucracy. Great Britain, why? Why don't you like us? Can we improve that in some fashion? You're cordial. Let's stop improving relations with you. And Great Britain, let's start improving them with you. Because I don't know why you're so upset with me for some reason. Jeez. It was a lot of money from that bureaucracy. Let's actually put that at the top now, I think. And I think we're actually going to need more than those two in order to make it okay. But that also means we're going to just be spending a ton more on paper, so that's also a problem. Yeah, we're up to 9.8k on paper. Paper's gonna be probably our biggest single single source expense in the government, because you just need to have so much government administration buildings. Let's go to review. Okay, so we're not getting a lot of tax collection efficiency out of here. $8.1 million, and we only have enough to effectively collect, what, 33.2% of the taxes that we could be getting from that. How much are we losing on taxes? Unrealized taxes, 66,000. That's a ton. Average tax base is 20. That's because of our bureaucracy. Yep, okay, so we want to be building more government admin buildings here. Let's just bump you up to 5. I hope that helps. And then we'll, you know, we're going to keep the paper mills there, but we're going to put the coal and the iron at the bottom. Let's actually leave the paper mill up. We can afford this right now. This isn't bad. When the number is white, it means that you're only temporarily losing money. Like if you were to stop constructing buildings, like if I were to go over here and I were to temporarily, you know, just pause this, see, we would start making money. Because it costs us money to construct things. If you start getting into, and it looks red, that means that there is no way that you can easily, like you wouldn't otherwise be in the green if you're actively doing something and then choose to stop it. The only way for you to get out of the red would be to actually make some real hardcore adjustments to buildings or your military spending or consumption tax or any number of other things. Speaking of consumption tax, what else can we tax? First off, let's look at our populace and see what the poor people are spending their money on. Do you buy lots of tea by any chance? Doesn't look like you buy any tea, actually, which is really nice. Because that means I can put a consumption tax on it and it won't affect my poor. It'll only affect the rich. Tea? And I think they do use tobacco though, don't they? I'm sure they would if they had a little more excess, so let's leave that. No. I'm not dumb, right? Like, there's no tobacco. Oh, they do spend money on tea. Not a lot, though. You know, let's throw one onto the, actually, you know what? We're probably good right now, the way it is. I don't... Liquor is normally what I see a lot of people do. I don't want to do that just because I want my lower class to be able to start affording more stuff, and I think they consume the most liquor of the three stratas. No? Yeah, see? 8% of their... They like their liquor poor. So we're not going to put a tax on that because that would hurt us long term. This is samurai related. We definitely don't want to do that with yeah, but we can afford to upset them a tiny bit. I think it'll be fine. Let's see what other laws we can pass with our government the way that we don't like it. Okay, this one will be contested, right? It's not going to radicalize anybody, which is great. And that will do what? It'll reduce the plus 25 and plus 50. So we actually want to do homesteading, but this will probably make the shogunate radical, which is fine, because you know what? We can actually handle that because of what we did with the military earlier. So odds are, since the shogunate have such high clout, they're going to get literally everywhere that isn't... Shit, I didn't mean to do that. That isn't our capital in this revolution upcoming. Except for probably Hokkaido, because that's technically a colony. So we're going to take that away. Put one there. How many do you have? Don't you have like 10? 15. Let's lower that. 10. And I'll put you all at 5. So 5, 10, 15. They're going to have 25 total. That's how many we have here. So let's actually bunch that up to 35. Construction center, agree with that. So that way when this revolution comes, we're basically stacking the cards in our favor. We know for a fact that in any revolution that happens, Kyoto and Kansai, our capital state, will not be affected by the revolution. That'll be the area that we have to play on our home field. So if we're taking away military, professional barracks from all of the other places, then they're basically only fighting with conscripts. And actually, since we know that this law is going to affect drastically our country and probably result in a war, we are actually going to have... We don't have an arms factory yet, do we? Shoot. Arms industry. Okay. We need these government buildings first before we do anything else. But, let's just put that at the top right now, and let's... Yeah, we're still making... No, let's... 16% tax waste. Okay. We're still doing fine right now, honestly. Like, this is okay. Their literacy kind of flattened a little bit, but with private schools, that should go up more. Okay, here we go. Revolution begins. Sort of, they're... Wow, the samurai and the shogunate. And see what I say. Literally everywhere in mainland Japan except for the capital, which is good, because now we're going to have more, people to do that with. Atmospheric engine. Yes, we needed that. How much do tools cost right now? Are they expensive? Tools are very cheap. Nice. And what do we need for tools? We need iron. So let's go for... We got our iron buildings. Iron. Prepare to be cheapened. How much are tools still? Are tools still really expensive? Honestly, no, not really. This is going to fly off really fast, I think, so we really want to get this arms industry up and running as fast as we can. produce cannons for it. We're also, let's preemptively throw up line infantry and cannon infantry. And I know we can't actually afford to do it because we don't have small arms being produced right now, but that'll be done. Can't afford this. 21 weeks. Am I silly, or was that just shorter than that? Is it because I changed the barracks? Let's just switch to infantry. I don't think the game moves that fast, so yeah, I think that we just need to wait. I'm sorry, let's actually, we need to put these. We just need to start building barracks, what we need. Already at 50%. Jeez. Yeah, I'm sure this will go great. Hey, it didn't affect us. He just died. Lovely. Yeah, so we can't actually make any progress on this law until this revolution is figured out. Exciting stuff. Oh. Okay, this one's definitely a good one because we really need agriculture. So even though this is going to cost us money, it is going to help the poor because it's increasing the throughput, which will decrease the actual price of the goods. So now, hopefully, if we look at this, they have a little bit of excess still, which is okay. I imagine we're going to lose GDP here. This is going to go down a lot once war kicks off, because the entire thing is just going to stall. We want paper to be as cheap as possible in this game. I don't really recall exactly how well it works out if you subsidize the paper industry. I'm not sure. Okay, it's about to pop off, so let's do it. Exactly at 100%. Is it really not going? There we go. Okay. Alright, we want 2 generals. General. 1, 2. We definitely don't want a shogun. So we want you. You're going to mobilize. You're going to attack there, and then you mobilize. You are going to move there. You're going to activate our conscription center. Actually, activate that one. Okay, so actually, let's recruit another general. Let's go with the land, the rich people. That'll help them out. Right. You got 11 mobilize. Yours is actually going to defend that one. Okay. Yeah, see, so they're only going to have, unless they start conscripting, they're only going to have 15 total battalions. And I've stacked this in my favor so that we will have much more than that. which means this is like a nice, easy cheese. It's a little cheesy. It is. Um, but it's a nice, easy way to get the shogunate out of the game early and just become Japan, right? So normally this would be a much bigger deal, but since and after this, the capital is actually going to move over here to Kanto, which every time I see that, I just think of Pokemon, but, it is what it is. And see, we already have all these shortages making things really expensive because this is no longer part of our country anymore. Oh, that's not good. That's really not good. Shoot. Okay. What can we do? Is there anybody we can sway to our side? Nobody. Nada. None. And they have... that's really not good. Well, if we lose this, we're just going to end up continuing to play as the shogunate, because it'll just transfer us to whoever's in control of Japan. I don't think we'll end game from this. I could be wrong, but I don't think we do. See, just as I was explaining how it was going to really cheese the game, we ended up getting... We're going to get absolutely demolished right here. Yeah, okay. Well, I mean, this might just take longer than expected. All right. Well, let's speed up because inevitably we are going to lose because that's just how this is going to play out. War. So unless I can actually take any place that has a port, like just really, really quickly, then this is going to be like a real problem. Come on, let's go. This needs to be a really, really fast war. This needs to be the fastest war possible. Come on, let's go. Quickly, 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 before the Russians come in. Thankfully, it seems that the Russians are just... I mean, my conscripts are all garbage, but they appear to be winning against the poor Russians. You know, I should have added a war goal for Russian reparations. That would have been really, really nice. Oh, that's not good. That's not good at all. What is this? What is happening here? Okay, so that's me. I have similar a lot of these flags. Oh, it's a revolution. So what's the flag? It's just your flag with a little rip in it. Make it really hard to determine a lot of the time, I think. Let's actually have you start attacking on this front. We just need to. Why are you there? Why are you not? Go. Okay, that's not involving us. Also not... That gave me like a mini heart attack when I saw that up there. I was like, oh no. That's not going to go well. That's not good. Is that a naval landing? Oh boy. This can't be good. This war needs to go quick, otherwise I'm going to be in for it. See, we're just having a real hard time taking this one little battle, this one spot. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, that's just lovely. Whew. Hey, this isn't the Japan we want to be. This is, you know, kind of Imperial Japan, kind of not Imperial Japan. We're paused. We're also going to reduce the speed, because there's a lot that's going to be happening right about now. Yeah, so we want you out. We're just going to be the samurai right now, I think. Actually, can we put the industrialist in there? Monks? No. Petite bourgeoisie? Also no. That's as good as we're going to get? Alright, let's go with that. Yeah, let's see what laws that allows us to pass. Serfdom. Okay, that's going to help with passing that, at least for now. Okay. decisions to be made. Industrial might will see us through. That is always the best one that you want to go for, because you need to industrialize as Japan. You are just going to be in such rough shape if you can't do that. Oh my god, so many. Go away, all of you. Shoot. There needs to be a button to just mass clear. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so we're still losing a bit of money, which is okay. We have devastation in basically everywhere, which is less okay, but it is what it is. Okay, so normally Central Archives would be something that I would really want to go for right now, because that would just be really helpful, but no, we are not going to do that. Instead, we're going to go to production, and we're going to go for agriculture, I think? Or the Bessemer process, one of these things. Steel tools for tooling workshops. That's going to be really helpful, actually. That might be something we should do. Is there anything currently being researched that's really going to help us out? We're in 1854, and we're Japan. So the shogunate is gone, and I think we are really ahead of the curve right now. Not to jinx anything, like Russia joining there really gave me a fright. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, actually, is I think... How far are we? I've only played about half hour. Let's keep going. Let's see what we can do. I'm going to unpause, and let's see how much progress we can make on this law. We want to do... Let's pin those journal entries to restore things. We want to industrialize Japan. We want to retire the samurai. We want to end that. Okay. We definitely don't really want to go the path of liberalism. It's just too much. Let's just go Bessemer process, I think. Let's go steel. And then we'll do water tube boiler after that, I think. So that's 60 months, right? So that's going to take us 5 years to get through. So by 1859, we'll have a little bit of a stronger industry, I think. Not really much going with the military. Actually, what we should be doing, we need to... Why does it say there's nothing in here? There are 13 government constructions in the Japanese construction queue. Yeah, oh. Pause. Resume. That's weird. There should be like little icons up here saying that there are things being produced. Oh well. 1, 2, 3. Those are all... Because of the devastation, things are just going to take a really long time. We are starting to stockpile some money again, which is good. I don't really understand how we're doing that, but I think as the devastation's going away, we're making a little bit more money. Jesus, that's not good at all. Okay, so we really need... What do we need right now? We need to make our populace happy, so we need 2 million radicals already. This stage in the game. We need universities. Yes, that is what I was going to build. More universities. So, boom, 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 boom. Yeah, we'll make it 5 each. That'll help. That'll help us a lot with our research. We'll put one of you very near the top, but not actually hit. 1,000 weeks. Okay. It's fine. It's all fine. The consumption tax has my... Ooh, my authority's really good without the shogunate. Is there anything Because all the stuff that would make me money to put a tax on, is the poor people use. So I don't want to do that because I want them to be able to. Hey, this is going up a little bit. 8.9. We were at 8.6 before last time I looked. So that's always good. Okay. Let's see if we can get homesteading. Because that will change things radically here, I believe. Law, serfdom. Okay. So this will really, really tank the landowner's political strength, which, I mean, that was what we wanted with the shogunate. And then with homesteading, it's going to increase the peasant political strength, but also without serfs, it gives a little bit more freedom for our lower class to not, you know, to make money, which is good. And then after that, what we want to go for, if we can, we want to go from closed borders to migration controls. Because people think when they look at this law, they think, oh, you know, migration being other people, like immigration, not migration. They think it means like, oh, you know, someone from China, if I have closed borders on my migration policy, they can't come here. And yes, that's true. But if you have migration controls, or if you have closed borders, that also means that, say, you know, people here can't travel here, like even within your own country, if they are a minority group, which your peasants pretty much always are. So they can't really move even throughout your country. So when you get rid of that, things should go significantly better. Ah, yes, now we're going to start getting... Great Britain. I lose prestige and legitimacy. I can't afford to lose legitimacy right now, so... Sorry. England, I know you're not going to like us for that, but then you also started to damage relations with us, so... Kind of on you, I feel like. How are we doing here? See, the nice part about this is we started colonizing this really early. If we can get some bureaucracy and get up to level 3 here, before all of the European powers start coming into Papua New Guinea, that's going to be really nice. Wait, can I establish a colony there? No. Because claims and maintain interest there, Dutch East Indies. Okay. Weird, considering that it's technically not a country, but you know what that is. We're going to organizing private military academies. That's honestly fine. I'm okay with that. Those are always, long term, that'll end up being a good thing, I think. I have thematic expansion turned on for ports? No. Why are there so many ports being built? Do I need that many ports in the queue? What's the market access like? Who's the only one that has crappy market access? Hokkaido. I don't think I need that. Or that. Or that one. Or that one. Not right now, at least. Eventually I will need those, because everybody's going to be producing a lot. These three are ideally going to be our powerhouse of, like, actual industry, you know, urban center type buildings, but we're going to need to rely very heavily. This will have a mix of the two, but this one primarily just going to go with resources and resources. You're losing money. You're losing a lot of money. Why? Because tools are more expensive than the item you're producing. We'll fix that at some point. Definitely don't want them to become more radical. Not to that degree. Yeah, I'd rather they lose political strength right now. We want to, retire the samurai. Is not barracks, has not activated a regular infantry focus cannon. So what we need for every single barrack place that we can do, go to buildings, go to development, we need it to be mobile And we need it to be skirmish, so it can't be line or regular. We can't afford that, right? Literally, all we need to do is just change it once. Just one little time. Yeah. Let's go to the barracks here at least, and we're gonna change to line infantry and cannon artillery. We'll do that. We're gonna turn on automatic expansions for you because weapons are important. We're in the adoption phase. Here we go. That'll change things up here a real bit. There's going to be a lot of different social mobility going on without that. I know market access, it's always a pain in Hokkaido, the market access. You are a cargo port, correct? Yes. So more infrastructure. Should we just put you to level 2? I feel like we should. So low, the construction efficiency there, though. Okay, we got a little bit of bureaucratic excess now. Just a wee bit. How are we doing tech-wise? We're at 70 now. That's great. That's what, like 40% higher than it was to begin with? It's a good thing. Which means instead of 3 years, it'll take 29 months, which is, you know, still really close to 3 years. But it is what it is. What now? Preserve serfdom? Wait, hold on. In Kyoto? Because that's not the capital anymore. Ah, not good. No, and I can't make it smaller. Okay, that's really not good. I can change it. I can change it back to garbage. And time to start building. Oh, that's not what I wanted at all. But, you know, sometimes it just be like that, right? So I'm just putting those all the way at the bottom. And we'll just start building barracks. Thankfully, your political strength is very low, so that means that the revolution progress, in theory, will go much, much slower without having a lot of political clout. In theory. Okay, let's hope this goes well. It could go very poorly. It really could. That's okay. We like having good relations with the U.S. That's something we want. Stop improving relations with you. Can we improve relations with you yet? No, not quite. Not until you start getting colonies here. So may as well keep improving with GB over there. Okay. At least only 2 of those states will secede, hopefully. Good, and that means they are they kind of afraid of us? What do they think of us? It's a desirable ally. I like that. I like that. I'm sorry, who's part of this? The samurai. I thought for a second the intelligence here were going to be... You are a samurai. Let's go with that one. I don't want to risk the landowners becoming more politically powerful. Crisis averted. Look at that. Okay. So, with the enactment of homesteading, I am going to cut it here. To anybody who bothered to watch, thank you for spending your time with me. It is the most valuable resource that a person can give. I really appreciate it. And I will hopefully see you guys on the next one. Thank you so much. See you guys. Hey, welcome back to anybody who watched last time. We are playing as Japan in Victoria 3, and we just enacted homesteading. That's where we finished off last time. And we're going to continue on, and we are going to see how that unfolds. We had a little bit of a scare with everything going on. Well, hello everyone. Welcome back. Last time on Victoria 3, still playing Japan, we enacted homesteading, and that's where we finished off. We had a little bit of a fright with a possible civil war that we were not prepared for. And we tried to we're going to start building barracks, but luckily we were able to enact the law before any revolutionary nonsense happened. So what we are going to do, since this is no longer our capital, we are actually going to... Building cannot be downstairs due to revolution brewing. Oh, that's because we haven't continued far enough in the game where it really recognizes that. We should be able to take it down now. Yeah, okay. So we're going to bring that down to... 15 is probably good. Great Britain, GB. Why do you always not want to, like, fight me? I don't like that. Oh well. Okay, so that means what we can do is we can put that kind of like on hold, and let's actually put these things back at the top. We can wait on the barracks. We want to get the universities and whatnot done first. Yeah, so we'll do that. For anyone just joining us, you will notice it is late 1855, and we have already successfully gotten rid of the shogunate, so we are historically way ahead of pace. We got lucky. I cheesed the system a little bit because I knew that when a revolution, if I could radicalize the shogunate, that basically all of mainland Japan would revolt against us. So what I did is I just took away basically all of the barracks, not all of them, but most of them, throughout the rest of the country except for the capital, so I basically win. Yeah, we want the sorry, trade unions, we want the industrialists. Anyhow, that's what we did, and things were looking really good until Russia sided with them. So I needed to like really push to quickly defeat all the forces here. And thankfully things broke my way, but it could have gone really poorly. And now, because of that good luck that I've experienced, we're Japan in 1856, before the Americans even have their civil war. We are no longer the shogun. And now we're going after the Komi restoration. We just need to industrialize, which we're not even remotely close to doing, and retire the samurai, which we are pretty close to doing. This is probably going to take a while. I'm hoping that by like 1870 we can be restored, which would be really, really nice. If it goes earlier than that, that'd be fantastic. All right, we need another law now. We need... Can't do that. We need not isolationism. Protectionism is honestly the best way to go, I think, for our country as a whole right now. So we're going to go with that one and hope that works out. Nobody opposes it, so it should go relatively smoothly. The legitimacy of our government will make it go slower, unfortunately. That's going to hurt. There's really nothing that's going to help that much. And they oppose the law, don't they? Who opposes it? Does anybody oppose it? They support it, so that's helping it get pushed along. That'll get rid of our penalty for the speed at which it gets passed. And it's still at 10%. Debate 70, advance 20, success 10. 0% stall, though, so that's something that we want to keep an eye on. So that's good, you know, that's good. Romanticism is spreading to us, that's also good. How's our tech looking? We're at 72 now. I'm hoping that we can get to 100 relatively soon. That would be double what our base was in the beginning of the game, which means that we're basically researching twice as fast as we would like to be. Or as we would have, rather. You know, I have a history degree, and I find that the more that I play a game like this, the more appreciation I have for this whole area around here historically. When I was in college and studying, I couldn't care less about, especially Chinese history. I found it to be very boring. I was so focused on, you know, around here. And actually what I focused on the most was this whole area right here, because I studied Greek and Roman history, ancient Western Civ, so I was like all up in this. But that's the nice thing about studying history, though, is you just like stories, and you learn stories about stuff over here, and it makes the world feel more magical than the daily mundane that you go through. I'll get off my soapbox now, just came into my head. Let's go over university up there. We want to like kind of alternate what we're doing. University, something else, university, something else, university, something else, for the moment. It is going to be using up paper, which is, like I said in other episodes, our biggest expense that we're going to have from any single source. Wood is still expensive. Oh. Yeah, that'll work out pretty well for us, I think. Better than Buddhist for our purposes. We are going to become a military power. That is the end goal. And we're going to start once we colonize this area, the plan is we're going to start going and conquering down here in Southeast Asia, in the Philippines, Indonesia, and China. That's fine. I'm okay with that. I would rather the intelligence get maintained a little bit more popularity, but that's cool. That's fine. Do I have enough authority right now? I do. Okay, so I'm going to start marginalizing, suppressing the landowners even further, because I just want them gone. That, in my mind, that's just the former shogunate, and they have really nothing that would be of benefit to me, like, at all, except for this one with the aristocrat investment pool. But no, they're just, yeah. They endorse all the stuff that I don't want. How's my GDP doing? Number 8. I'm actually climbing. Wow. Normally when I play Japan, I expect to fall down into like the 10, 12, 13, even below 16 range by this point. But we're actually doing pretty good. We're having a good balance. We are just a tad, almost half of what America is. What's this? Still wood. Still just expensive wood. Okay, that's fine. We can get rid of that. Wood expensive because, well, it's needed for basically everything. If I were a braver man, I would do iron frame buildings right now, but that would just be silly of me at this point in time. Poop. Didn't expect that, because things were looking pretty good for protectionism, but we're in the consideration phase, so hopefully that works out better. Yeah, that's not going to happen there, Samurai. Sorry. Let's put you there. From Micronesian to Kyushu. Yeah, I mean, it works out better to take the authority hit, less radicalism, ideally. That'll happen, so that's nice. Great Britain's still neutral towards us now. I guess they're not damaging our relations anymore. I feel like they want to start a diplomatic play against us for a treaty port like they did in China, which is what this is. It's a little treaty port. Langzhou, instead of Hong Kong, which currently, I guess, Portugal has. This is Hong Kong, right? No. Where's Hong Kong? Yeah. Does this just become Hong Kong later on? Am I missing something? Beijing. Oh well. I mean, something that I would really like to do is I would like to get Korea here, just to stay with the historical accuracy, but I don't know how feasible that is. They have... Their navy's kind of crap. I don't have anything right now because I'm just not focused on the military building quite yet. I will be. There's going to be a period of this where I'm going to be doing almost nothing but ramping up my military and then basically just building other stuff only to keep up to break even or make a little bit of profit. But I think it's kind of a waste if you're not really expecting to be in a lot of wars. I'm not in Europe, so I'm not in a high-intensity area. There's not really a lot I have to worry about right now. But I will, at some point soon, start researching all these things once I get my innovation up past 85, I think. I'm just going to start bombing out. Actually, I'm going to Q1 now. What am I working on? Water 2 boiler. I'll do agriculture next, and for tooling workshops, let's bag the agriculture for now. We'll do this and the mechanical tools, then we'll start ramping up our production for steel and making our tools cheaper, and then we're going to hit paddle steamer. We're going to do Navy stuff first, because that's going to end up being the most important. We are an island nation, and we must have a big and strong navy. In another episode, I think I mentioned that I had done this a lot of times, played through Japan, and for the longest time I didn't recognize or really care about the importance of universities. So even though I managed to get, to Japan and to the Japanese Empire, with the Rising Sun flag instead of this one, by the time I got to, war with Europe, or rather they started declaring war on me, I sent a convoy, or a navy, over here to destroy convoys, and they were still man-o-wars. And man-o-wars and ironclads, and I was coming up against ironclads and monitors, and I did not. So yeah, playstyle definitely changed after that realization, and now we're looking really good. Which is nice. university expansion, which means they're spending more on paper. Isn't paper supposed to be auto-expanding? Pretty sure I did that, right? Or did I take that off of everything? Yeah, auto-expand. So there should be paper in the queue now, right? Yes. Yes, there is. We're still technically in the positive right now. How much... I want to know how much money I would actually go to if I just paused everything. 13. Okay. I'm cool depleting our resources a little bit right now. I really want to bum rush a lot of these laws, so I just really want to cut down on the time. What are the chances going on here with this? Debate, advance. So, okay. No setbacks yet, so I just want time. Time is of the essence. This is the real crunch period that we're on right now, because we really want to get to this restoration as fast as possible, so we can get the Yamato, Emperor Yamato on here. Because I think I might want to actually, instead of doing professional army, I might want to go to national militia or mass conscription, if possible. Because that way I don't need to constantly have a big budget. As Japan, you're going to be operating on a relatively thin budget. Law debate failed. Oh, darn. That's not what we want. We want a high success chance. Maybe that was a bad idea for me to just bum rush the time. Well, we'll find out. How are we doing over here? We're doing good. No other powers have colonized yet, which is going to change very, very soon. Probably by the end of 1858, there will be at least one other power colonizing Papua New Guinea. And actually, let's... Do I want to do this? Yeah, let's do it. Tech 76. We're getting there. I need sulfite pulping soon. What do I need to get sulfite pulping? That is definitely a production thing, isn't it? Yeah, mechanical tools, which is up next, so that's fine. To kind of preempt that, I want to start building a couple sulfur mines. Let's do 2 there. 2 there. Let's make another iron mine here also. Okay, so we'll do a logging camp. And then 1 there, and then we'll start doing lead as well. Let's bump the speed up so we can get through some of this faster. Don't want to bore you guys without anything happening. Wood is still very expensive. Let's see, 7.1% excess. Yes, that is what we like to see. It's higher than the middle class right now, which is good. Ideally, what we want is we want the lower class to start going down in population. See, now there's 1 million middle class. It was like 600,000 when we started the game, so that's good. It's very, very good for us. They're still spending 1/4 of their income on just grain. We need a grocery industry. That'll help with that a little bit, I think, because they'll be spending... they'll still be spending money on wheat and groceries combined, and will probably combined add up to about 25%. But it takes some of the price burden off of the single product, so that can help with the throughput, I think. Hey, protectionism, lovely, lovely stuff. That does make us significantly less wealthy for some reason. Why do you do this? Okay. A lot of money on paper. Government administration and universities. Yeah, maybe that would happen. A lot of money on construction. Okay, so if I pause construction right now, what happens? How much? I'm only up to 3. It was 13. So I just took a 10,000 pound money symbol hit on that. I think it's pound because at this point in history, the British pound was by far the strongest currency in the world, and that was kind of just how it was used. So, I mean, props to them for using that. Keeping it historically accurate, right? Okay. Laws. I want appointed bureaucrats. Because that helps our taxation capacity. Or I probably should have gone for interventionism first before I did protectionism, because that would have been, well, just better, honestly. Can I not enact national militia? Why? Not part of our laws. Groups that support it. The Heim, which is in the government, isn't it? No, it's not. Reform government. Get your ass in there. Firm. National militia, that's what we want. It will radicalize the samurai. Why you gotta do this? Gotta be this way, man. Okay, let's just go for interventionism first. That economically should help us out a little bit, I think. I just can't afford to do another revolution right now. Just can't. Unless... How much support does it actually have? Like, if we take a look at it, pretty significant. So it ideally should pass pretty fast. And the samurai's power 5%. So that would really, really slow down exactly how much they can do that. I'm going to do that next anyway. As long as we're in this block or higher, we're good to go. In fact, let's just kick them out of the government to begin with, because I don't need them for the legitimacy right now. Making money, that's because that's paused. Don't know why I didn't undo that. This is nice because of this right here, the plus 50% private construction allocation. That means that pretty much consistently, even though it's going to be using half of my total construction power, I don't need to be paying as much for stuff to be built. Like, there's going to be more private stuff that's being built. And sure, I can't control where it goes or really how, like, micro how it balances with the economy in any sort of way, but it's, I think, a net benefit. Why are you at 11% still? I thought I was suppressing you. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I was going to get rid of that, but now I don't know if I should. I need the money. I would have to get it. Either stop bolstering the industrialists or stop suppressing you. What is this? Plus 5% radicals from standard of living and minus 2 opposition interest group. That's not so bad. I know my standard of living is garbage, but at least it's going up from what it was. Okay. University, good. Like that. I think I like the industrialist thing better. I'm pretty confident this is going to pass at some point anyway. 79, we're almost there. I guess we're looking okay. I'm not liking how much we're tanking right here. It's doable right now because this means that we can just pause construction, we'll start making money again, but I really don't want to go in debt just to get through basics of what we need. I also don't like that this is somehow only a 10% success right now. Okay, well, that helps. I knew it. Well, 1859, not 58, but yes. Now we now have competition over here. Really hoping we'd have a bigger bubble there. I want as much of that as possible. More rubber, more possibility for oil, stuff like that. It's a lot of money. I have a feeling there's a lot of paper going on right now. 12,000 for paper. 26,000 for government administration. That's not good. So I need sulfite pulping. And then the standardized filing cabinets. That's also okay. Ah, why are you only at 10%? Urgh. Gosh darn you. Port already, correct? Yes. Excellent. Good work. Okay, now we're in a rough spot. That shouldn't be happening. What do I need to start making money? What's expensive right now? What are people spending a lot of money on? Still wood. Wood is very expensive. Okay. Let's upgrade you. are already being upgraded. Tool workshops. We should restart automatic upgrading for tool workshops. Right? That change should result in some more money. It should. Why are you not going up? There we go. Okay, that's still bad. We're like literally on the threshold. Like if I pause this, yeah, that's not good. Okay. Let me just play around with our production methods a little bit to see if I can get some more excess income happening. Not really producing lead right now, so I don't want to do that quite yet. Yeah. I'd rather have the capitalists in charge of that if I can. Law advancement, that's always good. Still a lot on paper. Oh, that's not good. Are we losing money now? Investment pool's getting smaller? That's a lot of potential money that we're losing out on. Let's see if that makes a positive change. Makes coal very expensive and also gives us a shortage. I like having intelligence here and there. That's always good. I'm aware there is an unacceptable government. I mean, the nicest thing, if I could just get the petite bourgeoisie in the government, then... But I can't. Then I would just get more money because they would start cheating. Okay. Authority. Oh, that's why. That's got to contribute to the money, right? Okay. Unfortunately, I can no longer continue to stop Mm. Okay, let's just stop bolstering you and see if that makes any difference on the money. Not really. Wood is expensive and iron is expensive. Okay, here's one thing I can do. I can probably stupidly switch to iron frame buildings, right? That would be smart of me. Good. I gotta figure this out before I start going into debt. You're losing the most. Nope, you are. Okay. What is your issue? Why are you losing so much money? $80% on the taxes. It's just not happening. See, the bureaucracy's going up, which is fine, but that just means I'm spending more on paper. I'm spending $14,000 on paper alone. There's Western New Guinea. What can I do? What can I do? You're at a deficit now again. That's not good. Still with the grain. It's always with the grain. The grain and the meat. Will that help? A little bit. Okay, so at least we're not... Yeah, we need to stop after this. Oh boy, I think we're officially in debt now. Nope, gold reserves at 100K. Oh, good. I would lose a ton of money for that. Market squares would be good. A very brief change, and then went to roughly about the same. Need to find a way to make this work. Let's try this. Okay, that helps mildly. That. You like that? 1863. It's starting to kind of even off a little bit. We were ahead of the curve, and now I think that we're a little bit starting to flat out. Economically, I'm not sure I'm where I want to be. Research-wise, I think we're doing okay. When I get Central Archives, that'll help with the bureaucracy a bit. I don't know what to do about the authority. I don't feel comfortable stopping the suppression of the landowners. They keep on gaining popularity, and it's just difficult to deal with. Shortages of coal. Well, hopefully when interventionism passes, there's going to be a lot more just private things being built, which I'm content to kind of just stop and see what they all build. They're still in a deficit. Wood still very expensive. Can I switch to iron frame now? No, I need more iron and I need more tools. Steel mill. Let's make that our one thing that we build right now. We'll see what happens. It's going to take how long? 21 weeks? That's going to put us in the red. Taxation capacity, yes. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go over here. We are going to go to the sulfur. We're going to do condensing pumps for those two things. We're going to go to the urban. We're going to go to paper. We're going to do... That'd be way too much. Let's just go. Who's got our biggest paper factory? Paper mill 5. Paper mill 5. 5. 4. Okay, so let's just, for this one, sulfite pulping. Yeah, it would lose us too much money. It just loses too much. Need more coal, more wood, more sulfur. That's not good for us. Exports. Let's see about that. What do I make a lot of? Tools. No, I think I want to keep those. Jesus. Sure. I think when interventionism passes, the economy is going to change again, hopefully for the better. And we just got to wait that out. It is inactive. Okay, that's fine. We don't need that anyway. I really hope it passes. Nope, just an advancement. We're at 80%. It's an 80% chance of it succeeding. And it's not. Well, let's just pause this. We need money right now. We'll wait it out. We'll go up to speed 5 and we'll wait it out until this passes. And we'll just get, hopefully, the coal privately be made since it's so expensive right now. It already is. There's one. But we needed interventionism to pass, I think, and then hopefully we'll start making some more money. Wood. Always a pain in my bum. Wait a second. That came out wrong. Jesus, it increased my paper price that much. Ah. Oh, God. Hey, France is improving relations. Is this like France, or... It is, it's France. Hi, France. This is, France the monarchy. Or no. Wait. We're an absolute empire? That's not... I don't think that happened in history. Look at you. What's your deal? Oh. You are ripe for the taking at some point. I can't afford it right now, but someday soon. Can interventionism please pass? I need it in order to make money. Yeah, that's not what I wanted to happen, but go ahead. It's done. 100 more days to go. Heh. Thank you. See how much more I have now? 15,000. Oh, I needed that. Alright, let's resume and hopefully I'll still making money while constructing. Isn't that's what you like to see. Lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Okay, let's see what we can do next. Can't do closed borders. We did intervention of protectionism. Can we do per capita tax? Yes. It's not that much more money right now, but it will be. Wait, crap. Didn't I say I was going to do national militia? That'll also save me a lot of money. And the money be rolling in. Standard of living increases. We're still going down, technically. I'm still in the top 10, though, which is surprising to me, at least. Literacy going up. We are doing good. We are doing good. Okay, so with the enactment of our interventionism and money going up, I think maybe we should cut it here. I'm going to mull about whether or not I should stick with per capita taxation or cancel it and switch on over to national militia. It would save us money on just always having troops available, and it would also give me a chance to put the samurai back in their place, which I would like. I'm going to mull that over. Anyway, I'm going to cut it here. Thank you guys for watching. If anybody bothered to watch, I really appreciate it. And I will see you guys next time I decide to put up an episode. All right. Thank you guys. Bye.